Hello and welcome to the Parenting Roundabout podcast for the week of February 19th. I'm Catherine Haleko and I'm here with Terry Morrow.
Hello.
For a weekly episode to talk about parenting in a roundabout way, along with a little pop culture. And I'll share a story about parenting that I'm going to do it in a roundabout way so I don't get put in jail. How about that?
Sounds like a plan.
So both of my kids, we have 529 college savings accounts, right? And they both have like a not entirely clear picture of what these accounts are, how they work, what they're for. You know, like my son called me a couple weeks ago to say like, okay, I know if I buy books, we can use that special bank account to pay for it, right? But do I have to buy them at the campus bookstore in order for that to work? I'm like, no, you can just buy them anywhere, but you just have to save the receipt.
Yes.
So
but also they have to be books for school and not.
Right. They can't be just like, I want to read this comic book or whatever.
That's right.
And then my daughter is, I mean, I don't know what this says about her moral character, but she's always like angling, like, how could we, what if I, so she texted me the other day, like, can I use 529 money to buy headphones? And not just any, because she knows that you can use it for a computer, right? You can use it for a laptop.
Yeah.
But, you know, not just any headphones. These like Apple Air Max Pro noise canceling, you know, super fancy, super expensive. I'm like, no, you can't. And she's like, but I need them to study. I need them to focus because they have noise canceling. And here's a result on Google that shows that they're good for helping people focus.
Focus on the music, though, not on what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm like, I think you would have to add a third major, which is, you know, music production or some sort of related.
Hey, do they have podcast production in there? She could use it for that.
I bet they do. I bet that's become a major. I mean, her one of her majors is digital marketing, so that's a new thing, right?
Yeah, podcasting could be part of that.
Podcasting. So we'd have a long discussion about tax laws. She's like, who do we ask? It can't hurt to ask. And I said, well, if you want to call up,
here's the 800 number for John, the IRS, honey. IRS. Have a good time.
Yeah, enjoy that.
We'll visit you in jail.
Or enjoy that like 2 hours. You'll be on hold. Like,
that's right.
No.
I ain't going to make that phone call for nothing.
No way, Jose. Yeah.
And also, what exact... I don't know if anybody needs $534 headphones, but it's certainly not a college student.
No.
So, you know, regardless of where the money comes from, no.
Right.
Even if we could get them from that account, no.
Right. And also they're pink. And she said, oh, that's the most essential part. They're pink.
So this is super serious study stuff.
Yes. I mean, then all day she's sending me like picture. She sent me a picture of a computer with a little pouch of applesauce in front of it that said, if I had those headphones, I would be doing homework instead of eating this applesauce.
So the digital marketing training is going well. She's, you know, she's
sending me pictures.
Selling her point of view through her digital marketing skills.
She's working hard on that. Mm-hmm.
Golly. Just, oh my. I mean, my kids now, they're in their 30s. They're both working, you know, part-time. They don't have a huge amount of money, but they got enough money to buy a stupid phone that they want. So, you know, my feeling is you use your phone until it physically will no longer work. And then you buy the lowest step on the, you know, the lowest acceptable version that you can get. And if they want to get the, $800, $900 one, excellent. You have money, go buy it.
Right.
So my son bought his, and now my daughter is starting to angle for a phone. And I said, great, your brother bought his, so you can buy yours. So she's saving money, allegedly. I shall see, but I ain't buying it.
Right.
If I buy it, it's going to be, the cheapest possible one, which is not what she's going to want. So,
right.
But even then, she could buy it.
Exactly.
Right now, she's angling for a TV.
Right.
Which may be for the new apartment.
Right.
There's a TV there, but it's not a streaming TV. It's not a smart TV. It's a dumb old TV.
Right.
And, so maybe she'll get that for her birthday because that is significantly cheaper than a phone.
Yeah. They're handing those out like candy.
I know. When did TVs get so cheap? That used to be an investment.
Right.
Oh, well. Well, good luck with that. I'm sure. Is she going to guilt you for a little while longer, or do you think that she's...
I think that she gets it at this point. And her birthday is coming up. Not that I spent $500 on a birthday gift for her, but perhaps if there's some combination of gifts from several people.
There you go. Have everybody give her Apple cards.
Right.
Even so. Gosh, then I would be nervous about her having headphones that expensive.
Right.
Is somebody going to take them?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Well, anyway, it's nowhere near the troubles that our sweet young things are getting into on Reservation Dogs.
Yeah. It didn't seem like this was going to be a good idea for Jackie and Elora, and indeed, it is. It quickly goes south.
Or they're trying to go west, but
yes,
they do not get very far in Elora's grandmother's crummy car.
Yes, so they have car trouble, then they get picked up by somebody who starts to seem very creepy, and so they kick him in the face and stab him and ditch out of the car, and only too late realize that he has their bags and their money in the trunk. And then they try to steal a car, almost get hunted down.
By some rednecks, yep.
Then they
encounter a woman who seems very nice and who may well be very nice.
She may well be very nice. I was suspicious when she didn't eat the casserole. I thought, she's drugging them. Right. Never went anywhere, so. But the weirdest thing about that woman is that she was played by Megan Mullally.
What? I thought that was Megan Mullally. Yes.
And I the voice, I couldn't see it in the face. I could just hear it in the voice.
I couldn't see it in the face either.
Who is that? And I looked it up and I said, what did they do to make her look like that?
Yeah.
The big shaggy wig, I guess, but wow.
Yeah, that.
So that just like added an extra creepiness to it because it's like, I know this actress and yet it doesn't look like her.
Right. Yeah. So. Well, and we're talking about 2 episodes at once here, by the way.
Right.
The first 2 episodes of season 2.
I think that was the getaway story arc, those 2 episodes, because it seemed like they were maybe heading back home at the end of the second one.
I sure hope so.
Yeah. Because I don't think they're going to tow that car to California, but maybe.
Yeah, unless they're just towing it somewhere where they can, I don't know, but they can't get it fixed. They only have the, like $40 that Jackie got from her mom, partially authorized and partially not.
Yeah. Oh, well. And meanwhile, back at the reservation, her Willie Jack is trying to undo the curse that she put on Jackie.
Right.
And enlisting the help of elders who know not what they're doing.
Turns out have a history with each other.
And somehow
Brownie and Bucky. Yeah.
Yes. Somehow the final ceremony involved Tom Petty, but I don't know what that had to do with it, but I was singing along. Somebody starts to play Free Falling, I'm going to sing along.
Right.
It's like, well, this is completely random, but okay. And maybe that's what turned them around. We'll see.
Right.
But, yeah, so Brownie and Bucky had some past history, which I guess has been healed over now.
That's right. So maybe that's the good medicine that will reverse the bad medicine that Willie Jack was trying to take care of.
Yes, we hope so.
And there was a little bit of a rapprochement with the other gang.
Yes. Yeah.
That has lost Jackie. So they are trying to perhaps heal their... eyeing each other suspiciously, but maybe they can work together.
Yeah, they're working together. And we had a resolution of the theft of the potato chip truck from the first episode, was it?
Yeah.
Indeed, everybody knew they took it, but didn't want to get them in trouble. So,
right. Which, do we buy that, or... I mean, it's assuming a lot of good things from those three men, the two who run the catfish restaurant, and the other guy.
I don't know. I'm inclined to. I don't know. It seemed like, I mean, they haven't done anything. It's been a whole season, and they haven't held it over these kids. So
right.
I would think that if they were going to, they would have. Possibly they just want, like you said, too many kids in jail. They want to.
Right.
But maybe they'll give Bear a job.
Seemed like maybe.
Yeah. We shall see in the ensuing episodes.
That's right. What else happened? We got the return of Janice meeting as...
Yes.
I didn't realize that she was... connected to Jackie, that she's Jackie's aunt who Jackie had been staying with.
Yeah.
That I didn't quite realize.
Either. I don't think that was introduced before. And the actress who played Jackie's mom kind of looked like her, I thought. I thought there was some resemblance there. So that's appropriate. But she is actually, that actress is actually the niece of the actor who plays Bucky.
Oh, okay.
Things you learn on IMDb.
All right. Megan Mullally. Unrecognizable.
Oh my gosh, that was so weird. That just left me feeling so unsettled. You know, I don't know if it would have been creepy anyway because you're expecting something bad to happen. But
right, the whole thing was unsettling.
That just gave it a little extra creep factor.
For sure.
Well, I hope the gang's all back together next week. The gangs, plural. And
with some maybe life lessons learned.
That's right. You got to plan your trip a little better there, girls. You know, maybe take the car for a checkup before you leave.
Also, though, going back to Megan Mullally, she saw them drive off with her truck. Yeah. She didn't call the cops on them.
She didn't. Maybe it's her husband's truck.
Yeah. She's like, take it. I don't want it.
That's right.
That's a good point. I was just waiting for them to get pulled over for being in a stolen car.
Right. I thought it would keep going from bad to worse, but it just...
But maybe they're going to give it back.
Maybe.
After they tow the other car all the way back to Oklahoma, to wherever they... I don't know how far they got.
They write down that lady's mailing address and or her home address so that they
can, so they could find her again.
If indeed she wasn't planning to murder them in her sleep, she seemed like a potential friend. But.
Yeah. Well, given that she didn't get them busted.
Right.
Maybe she figured they'd just run out of gas and leave it on the side of the road. I don't know.
Yeah. Here we go on season 2.
Yeah.
What fun do we have ahead of us? And will there be more Tom Petty songs?
We shall see.
So let's get in our stolen car and drive to the next segment, which is Catherine's Library Find of the Week. What have you got now?
I've got 2 children's books. Instead of being about, things that can kill you or things that are extremely scary or whatever, these are a pair of books, one called Ugly Animals and one called Animals That Make Me Say Ew.
Oh.
And
so
I just thought
last week and something icky this week. Okay.
I thought, do we want to teach kids to call animals ugly? I felt bad for the ugly animals.
Appearance shaming. We don't do that, do we?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, they're just born that way.
Sometimes kids make us say ew too. So
that's for sure. So yeah, I just, in the continuing I continue to be kind of amazed at all of the topics that kids nonfiction can cover and will cover. And why didn't I come up with the idea to write an entire book about each letter of the alphabet? Like, there you go, 26 books right there. Or every NFL team, or every, baseball player, or it's like, wow, you could just, they probably pay you $10 per book, but you get, it's an automatic series.
Is that a gorilla picking his nose on the cover of that book?
Probably, yeah.
Animals That Make Me Say Ew.
Yeah, because it says in the sales copy that it's about nose picking is covered in it. So, yep. There's all kinds of good. Exactly. Kids will absolutely love it. I was going to say kids will eat that up, but I don't think I will say that. Yes.
Bugs off their kids and eating them. And
it's the text on the site for Animals That Make Me Say You says, prepare to be repulsed by an engaging and unique look at some of the more disgusting...
Repulsed and engaging are opposites. Stop that.
That is true. So a look at some of the more disgusting survival techniques from the animal kingdom. And one book this one is from Ranger Rick, and the other one is from National Geographic Kids. So these are the impeccable sources of this material.
Yeah. So, you can trust National Geographic to come up with,
absolutely,
nature stuff.
There you go.
Nature that's fascinating in all sorts of ways.
That's right. Ugly, repulsing, and all other ways.
You know what? That's the sort of thing I might have tried to read with one of my kids when they were little.
Right.
Just to throw anything at them. To see if anything would be of interest. Any book at all. Please. Right. Please.
Look, this one has, nose picking.
That's right.
Isn't that cool?
Come on. Let's read it. Oh.
Let's not do it, but let's read it.
Oh, fine, you can do it as long as you sit down and read a book.
Right. If you're reading the book, then it's allowed. Go for it.
Oh, golly. Well, we've probably had some ew and ugly topics over our many, many years of podcasting.
That's true.
But today we're going to take a little spin through the archives and see what we were talking about 4 years ago, 6 years ago, and 8 years ago this week. Back in 2020, we talked about that maybe instead of book clubs, we needed to propose like admin club where you could get together with some friends, drink some coffee, eat some cookies, and do paperwork.
Yeah.
Pay bills, do your taxes, all this nonsense that we get piled up on our desks and then have to struggle with alone. As I say this, I am staring at the packet my tax accountant gave me to fill out with all the details, and I've been happily ignoring it because, don't have all my forms yet, don't have all my 1099s, still waiting. They're all here now.
Yep.
I have no excuse. So, it would be so nice to just sort of, sit around a dining room table with some friends and fill that out instead of doing it here at my desk by myself. Yeah. Or all the things that we do, college applications or,
Yeah, doing the withdrawal from the 529
yes,
to pay the tuition.
All these things. I still like that idea. I wish
do
that was
too.
A thing.
Yeah.
It's all false to me. Every now and then I try to let my husband do something, and then of course I'm like, did you do it? Did you do it yet? Did you do it right? How did you do it?
Right.
Let me see. And then it's not done to my standards. So I bring this on myself, but
yeah, it's, we ostensibly share the load of some of this stuff, but it doesn't necessarily.
Yeah.
Because I pay the bills, so someone else should file all the filing. Right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Well, we did finally get a big accordion file that we just have set up in the bedroom, and all our receipts and stuff goes in there, and all the, anytime we do anything that needs to be kept, we put it in there, and my husband will put stuff in there. But other than that, the problem is that everything's done online now, and he's not a computer guy. Right. If we still got paper bills and he could sit down and write checks and put stamps on them and mail them, maybe he would help. But since everything's online, it falls to me. Every now and then I try to set him up with our daughter who does is okay on the computer.
Right.
And to do something or other, but no. Just the other day, we had a big snowstorm here in the Northeast about a week ago by the time you're listening to this. Mm-hmm. And my husband had to go into work. Snowing heavily. He drove in his old car. He had when he got there, the parking lot was snowed in, so he couldn't go in to park. He found a place on the street. He found a street he could park on, but he couldn't get up the hill, so he had to park just down by the corner. And he tells me there's a sign on it that says no parking when the road is snow covered, but the road wasn't covered with that much snow. I'm like, I don't think that's what that means. I think they want you to not be there for the snowplow. You're going to get a ticket. But he's like, no, it's fine. I'm like, you're going to get a ticket. He got a ticket for $200. Which he can, go to court, or he can pay it online. So it's like, it's another thing that I'm going to have to do. I know I'm going to have to do it.
Right.
I suggested he go to work and just kind of mention around that he got this ticket, and maybe his boss would feel guilty that he had to come in on a snow day and wound up losing money. The ticket is for more than he made for that short day.
Yeah.
But he doesn't feel comfortable doing that. So,
and this is, well, it's not funny, but my son the other day called me and said he had gone over to the other college in his college town to visit a friend. And he calls me, he's like, well, I was calling you to say that I went to visit this person and their new kitten. And then now I'm calling to say that I got a parking ticket
while
I was there. And then later he texts me, he's like, because we're going to see him coming up. He said, can you bring a check and a stamp when I see you? And I was like, what are we doing? What are we buying? And he's like, to pay the parking ticket. I need it. And I was like, surely there's a way to pay that online. Because he's like, I don't have stamps. I don't have a check. What? I said, surely there's a way to pay it online. He's like, I don't see anything on here. So it's only $25. It is not $200. So
well, his ticket says go to this website and find out if you can pay it online or you have to come in. So presumably he can pay it online.
Right.
He was giving me all his excuses yesterday, and I was like, well, great, go make that case in court, honey.
Right.
It's the fault of the city that they didn't have things dug out. It's the fault of the city I couldn't get up the hill, so they shouldn't charge me for a parking ticket. It's like, yeah.
Right.
That's good luck with that.
That's going to go. My daughter actually got her car towed.
Wow.
For parking.
He's really lucky he didn't, honestly.
Yeah. She got it towed because she parked in like some apartment complexes parking lot, and she thought she was in the guest spot, I guess, shoot. And she wasn't. And she said it was there for like an hour and a half, and they towed it.
Oh, wow. Because
that's how they make, money. Yeah. They just wait for that to happen so that they can grab it. Yeah. So then it was a whole thing because the car's not in her name.
Oh, man.
And, she had to go to this like junkyard to get it back, and they wouldn't, and her boyfriend was with her, and they wouldn't let him go with her back to wherever they had it. She had to go by herself. I'm like, what do you think he's going to do? Like, that freaked me out. I'm glad I didn't hear about that until afterwards.
Yeah. Oh, that's so traumatic, too, because your first thought is your car has been stolen.
Right.
And then you have to figure out. One time, I used to take the bus into New York City, and I had this place where I parked right by the bus stop on the street. And I did it every day. One day, for some reason, I must have just been thinking of something else. I blanked out. I parked in front of somebody's driveway. I don't know why. I didn't do it on purpose. I just, for some reason. And so, of course, when I came back, it was towed away and had to go get it and stuff. And I felt terrible. Now when people sit in front of our driveway to pick up their kids in high school, I'm like, I can't really growl at you too much because I once just barked and left.
Right.
Oh, those poor people. Anyway. So that was a tow. But see, it's nice to have people to talk about these kind of things with, isn't it?
Right.
That's one of the values of our podcast, is that once a week you and I can get together and just have a mom friendship and talk about all our mom stuff.
That's right.
And back in 2018, we talked about mom friendships and how it changes when your kids leave school, because you have all those people you are sort of, as we paraphrased Parks and Rec, sort of child proximity associates that when you are no longer in school, you never see them again.
Yeah.
And it's not because you hate each other or because you broke up. It's just because it was never really, it was a
proximity.
It's proximity. It wasn't really a friendship. It was just a fellowship of people stuck in the same place for the same reason.
Right.
So,
although my husband and I did just go out to dinner the other day with friends that we made. We first met them because our kids were in daycare together.
Oh, wow.
So, when my son was a baby, one of their kids was in his class. So
wow.
And then then they ended up going also to the same elementary school, and plus they worked at the company where my husband used to work. So there were several areas of overlap. Yeah. but we actually are still friends with them.
That's nice.
That's nice.
Yeah, we still have people we consider friends but never see. And I have one good friend who's been a good friend for many, many, many years, and we still get together and we talk on Zoom every weekend, and we get together frequently. But other than that, just sort of, I don't know, see people on Facebook sometimes.
Right. Well, now you're also doing your some of your church things.
Yes, but I feel like I have a lot of friendly acquaintances there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's not to the level of somebody that I would get together with outside of that, or call and have a long chat with about something other than specifically there's a meeting on this day. Mm-hmm. And my husband hasn't really ever had anything more than that sort of level of friendship. He's not somebody who goes out with the guys and does stuff. So I've sort of I've sort of set myself to his level, I guess, which is fine. I like staying home.
Right.
But I do sort of miss that fellowship of, sitting in the bleachers with the other band moms. And, going to meetings and seeing the same people every time and chatting about things, or, having your kids get together with other kids and then you all sit together, the moms all sit together and chat.
Right.
That still would be the case with my kids because the moms all come along whenever we do anything. But we just, everybody's working and there's just not that much opportunity to get together.
Right.
Tiny violin.
I know. Yeah. For all those years, my daughter, of course, was on all those skating teams.
Yes.
And you would be traveling with these people. Yeah. You'd see them, most of the parents would come to the practices and, the practice were like 2 hours long. So there was a lot of time spent together, and then that all went away. And now that she's in college, I'm friendly with some of the moms that I see, several times a year at the events, but it's definitely not the same. And now they're all going to graduate, so that's just going to go away.
Yeah,
it's weird. It's very weird. Because not that they replaced the ones from before, but it was similar. So finally going away.
Yeah. Well, maybe one day you'll have mothers-in-law to be friends with.
Yeah.
For your kids.
Right. We'll see.
I'm not
is a weird thought.
I'm not counting on that with my kids, but
right.
It could happen with yours. You've already got sort of a...
Yeah, there's a boyfriend in the picture.
Yeah. So that will be... Could be, if they're amenable, an opportunity for a mom friendship.
Right.
And if not, somebody that you can talk to all your other friends about.
I did meet the boyfriend's mom already. Yeah. She was very nice.
Okay.
So
cultivate that.
Yes.
Last chance.
Well, and then I'm curious to know why we are going to talk about our speed round from 2016. How safe for work is your music collection? Please explain.
I don't know. I feel like mine is getting less and less safe for work as I get older. It should be the other way around.
Yeah, it should.
I be waving my fist at those. But I've talked here about Hardy and enjoying his music very much. And as he's getting more and more into rock, his music is, full of words that probably I shouldn't be blasting out very loud, but it amuses me.
Yes.
I'm that old lady. I'm the old lady that's amused by those words and the fingers and the,
Yeah.
It makes me feel like a rocker in my rocker.
That's right.
And it also, scandalizes the children, which is fun.
Yeah.
So
doesn't it scandalize the spouse also?
It does scandalize the spouse. He does not care for that, but he's not saying anything. But it's like I'm like, hey kids, come listen to this song with me. It has the F word in it a whole bunch of times. Come on, it'll be fun. Isn't it cool? Aren't I cool?
Right.
Oh, well. I do like his music, though. I don't know that we necessarily need all those expletives, but you go, man.
I love it.
Even Taylor Swift has words in her music that I don't think she did when she was a youngster.
An innocent young
even
child.
Taylor is getting less safe for work.
Yeah, she's got a new one coming out.
Yeah, she's got a new one about the old boyfriend while we're watching the new boyfriend on.
That's right.
On all the heck over Twitter.
Everywhere.
There's like a Zapruder-like examination of the videos of the post-Super Bowl party going on. But yeah, I'm looking for it. It looks like the next album looks like a good one for sitting in the dark after a breakup and being miserable. And those albums are valuable.
Yeah, we need those.
Before. Carly Simon's Torch album got me through a breakup. Just dark room, glass of wine, and sad songs.
We need those.
That is what we need sometimes, you know? Mm-hmm. The weeping may not be safe for work, but maybe the lyrics are. I don't know.
Yeah, the episode from 2016 was a relic of its time because it was about how your dentist used his iPod on shuffle for waiting room music. We have playlists for that now. We have Spotify. We have all kind of streaming services. He just had his little iPod plugged into a speaker, huh?
He did. And some of the things.
Adorable.
Yeah, I still wouldn't probably put I have a playlist that's probably pretty good, but you know, you can never tell. There's gonna be one in there, one bad apple.
Something sneaks in there. Like, what was that one from the Hamilton mixtape that was about Benjamin Franklin that just filled with the F word?
See, I loved that, and I played that loud in the car for my son, and he was like, no, I still don't like Hamilton. Take it away.
Right.
But there's swears. Come on.
Right. Listen to this. Oh my gosh. Are you laughing?
I've been trying to get him into Hardy because he's rocking now and he's cursing a whole bunch. You'll like it.
Right.
No. Mom. No. I don't even know what he listens to.
Yeah.
The other day he said he knew who Jelly Roll was. After we were talking about the commercial, the Uber Eats commercial that he was very funny. And I said, well, I know him. I know some of his songs. How do you know him? And then I could not engage him any further in conversation.
That was the end of that.
That was the end of it. So, I don't know. I try so hard to connect with the young people about the music. And the young people could not be less interested. So... You know, not even NSFW will do it for me.
Right. Oh, well, you tried.
I try.
You try.
But
we try.
Fun for me. It's fun for me anyway. Just belting out bad words at the top of my lungs.
Belting out curses. Yes. Love it.
We get it where we can. Maybe this is why I have no mom friends. You hear the mouth on her?
Yeah, don't hang around with her. She's a bad influence.
Yes. Listen to Hardy's radio song, y'all. It's fun. Okay, but
well, we'll take ourselves. We'll see ourselves out.
Fairly safe for work, right?
We try, yes. So, but that's it for today for the Parenting Roundabout Weekly Roundup. Next week on Reservation Dogs, it's season 2, episodes 3 and 4. They are called Roofing and Mabel.
Well, sound a little safer than the last two.
Right, the curse.
And run.
Run! Well, run to Spreaker, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or wherever you get your podcasts to find all our episodes. And you can also find recaps, links, and an opportunity to comment on our website at parentingroundabout.com. You can talk to us on Facebook, on Instagram, or on Twitter, where you'll find us at Roundabout Chat. And please visit our Amazon shop at amazon.com/shop/mamitude, where you can find links to a lot of the things we've talked about over the years. We will see you back here next Tuesday. Bye, Terry.
Bye, Catherine.
Bye, everyone.